There's a building behind me. It's the Orange County Courthouse. Lots of things go down in those criminal courts. And what amazes me and what should amaze you is that you can have the same facts and the same thing go down, and one judge will see it one way and one judge will see it another way. And that is what we're going to talk about today. We've got this first-degree murder case, this guy Gafford, and he confesses to first-degree murder. Now, the problem with his confession is he asks for a lawyer several times, and I want to get into that. And Judge Schnurr in the building behind me, I think Judge Schnurr is probably the smartest criminal judge we have. He was a private defense attorney for decades. He just knows criminal law inside and out before he even took the bench. And he listened to this confession, right, from Gafford and said, I'm throwing it out. And here's why. Because Gafford says, after he's read the Miranda warnings by the detective, where the detective says, if you can't afford an attorney, one would be appointed for you. Gafford says, would I be able to get one? And the detective says, of course, everyone has a right to an attorney. You know, the guy said, would I be able to get one? I know you just told me I had a right to one. Well, they keep questioning, more damning stuff comes out. But that's not the end of it. So later on in the questioning, Gafford says, damn, I want to speak with my lawyer. Judge Schnurr rightfully says in his 7-page order throwing out the confession, at this point, from that point on, when he says, damn, I want my lawyer, guys, this should have cut off. You should have cut off the questioning. It's first-degree murder, folks. And every time the judge rules against the state goes crying up to the appellate court, just like they did just now. And the appellate court overturns Judge Schnurr, which I cannot believe. And the appellate court said, you know what? Gafford kept talking. It wasn't a super clear, equivocal right to an attorney. And therefore, we're going to let everything in. We're not throwing out this confession. The hard lesson that we keep learning on Miranda rights, and I keep having to read these cases to you, cases of disappointment, if you ask me, is that I feel like your right to an attorney is very strong. And the minute you just mention it, everything should shut down. But the reality is, when you see cases like Gafford and others, guys, it's not enough just to ask for the attorney, because if you keep talking, they claim, like in this case, that you reinitiated the conversation. Folks, if you reinitiate the conversation with the detective, then it's like nothing ever happened and all of it is coming in. So I say, two-step process. I've been saying this till I'm blue in the face. It's not enough to ask for an attorney these days. You also have to shut up. Literally. I know it's an uncomfortable silence. I know the detectives are going to sit there. Part of their toolbox is to make you uncomfortable with that silence, to make you break the air like, hey, we got to break this uncomfortable silence. They want you to do that. Do not do it. Don't break it. You got to live with the discomfort, because otherwise everything you said is going to be used against you. We don't want that. Learn from Gafford. Learn from all these other cases we're talking about. Miranda isn't as strong as it used to be. You got to couple that with shutting up, and then your life will go better, and just make the state prove their case. It's their job to prove this. Make them prove it. That's my little legal tip for the day.